Okay, here we go. Hello. I can see actual some actual levels going through here. How's everyone doing today? This is the Rode XCM50. And this is what I was saying earlier is when nobody could hear me and I was talking into the ether. This is the little fella. I believe this thing's $149. This is the condenser microphone, $149. And then we got the big boy. This is the large phallic symbol from Rode. That's I'm gonna be reviewing this on Monday. This is gonna be the regular video when I look at Rode X. I didn't want to include both microphones in the review. From a review perspective, I will touch on this microphone and some of my opinions on it. But I really wanted to kind of focus on one microphone for the review, and that's why I'm just going to be focusing on the $149 condenser microphone. I think this is the XDM 100. I'm going to be focusing on this because I think this is the one that a lot of people are really curious about. So I'm going to have a deeper dive during the Monday video. Pandling audio is audible now. Jan, okay, I can heat you. I'm glad you can heat me. Yeah, Sean, I just wanted to do a Rode X video. I started a couple minutes early. Nothing missed other than some bad audio. You're welcome. Just to give you an idea of this here, I'm going to gain down a little bit on OBS. I'm going to show you Unify. So I got to get the audio input capture done properly here. Properties, input capture 4. All right, there we go. So now you can hear me under this source. This is Unify, and you can see I've got a couple things going through here. One of which is the game. We have CIV 6. You can hear it coming through there. By the way, let's turn this stream. Go back here. How's that sound for you guys? Sean wants the bad audio. Well, that's mean. Yeah, for USB, and this is the thing. This is what I wanted to go through. Let's turn off that game audio. The one thing about CIV 6 is it really doesn't play the audio continually when you're off screen. I've got a second monitor here. So this is the Unify app that comes free with the microphone, by the way. If you buy this microphone, you get access to this. They have put it behind a paywall if you want to use it with any other microphone, though. So if you want to just use your own existing microphone, this is kind of what you got. But you don't get access, I believe, to all the compression, exciter, all this stuff. And this is one of the reasons this mic sounds great, is we've got all of these things on the noise gate, compressor, oral exciter, and big bottom. Now, if I'm being honest, I could probably turn off the oral exciter and probably sound a little bit better and a little less SE, and that's what I'm going to do. Otherwise, this is the same software that you get in the Rodecaster Pro, but this time it's just a nice little add-on for anyone that wants to kind of stream without owning a Rodecaster Pro. Not bad. Let's see if I can pick up here. Today I'm going to buy some new laundry baskets. Sean, you do you, brother. You shine like the butterfly you are. When does Twister start? No Twister. Yeah, that's about caught up. Okay. Welcome to the stream, Dark Corner Studios. Thank you very much. Jedi is a philanthropist. So this is pretty straightforward here. All of these different faders, these different channels are set up to take different audio. So I'm going to switch over. I'm going to click on the game. And you can hear the game coming through on the stream. I can set the audio. It's kind of cutting out as I go between screens. Don't mind me. I'm not a professional streamer. But we also have audio. So down. You guys have to let me know if the music's too loud. I'm going on what you say. So this is going to be the stream audio. We've got a bunch of music on loop. It's all coming from Epidemic Sound, by the way. Links in the video description, blah, blah, blah. So this is Unify. This is basically the setup. You can set it up however you like. You can add as many of these as you like. Well, I think you actually max out at 5. Here I've got the microphone on one channel, the game on another, the system, which is basically if I want to play something off YouTube, and virtual is the music. And of course you have this sound one that you can actually turn off. You can remove the channel and add more if you wanted. Can't hear any music. For crying out loud. I got to put that as an audio input device on OBS. So let's see. Music output, Rode. Yeah. Well, you can see it playing through Unity. Does that help? Or Unify. Sorry, I keep calling it Unity. Audio input capture. Capture 5. And we're going to use... I believe it's a chat input. Which one do I have it going through? Virtual. Does not have that. 1 second, please. Your call is important to us. That's loud. All right. So that has the audio input capture. I forgot you have to also set up with bloody OBS as well. Sorry, I know it's loud. I know I turned it down. I'm sorry. All right. So turning that off. There. No more music. No more music. It can be done with somebody that has a little bit more skill and attentive ability than myself. Okay? I apparently have no ability to get music running, so the music's off, okay? Setting up OBS is a pain. Yeah, plosives are going to be a problem on this. Now, I will say, and let me see if I can set this up where it's a little less So plosives are going to be a problem for me specifically. I'm a very plosive-y person, and you'll notice that a bit of a pain in the butt. Now, all these channels do work independently, of course, having to set them up through OBS. I'm not an OBS freak. I'm not one that really digs into it. I want to get better at it. I want to get a lot better at doing OBS, but I do kind of suck right now. Bangs wants to know what sort of loudness controls. For example, on this, you don't really have much. And that's, you do have the slider. That's about it. You have a mute. I have a listen controller. But outside of the microphone, a lot of this is going to be going through OBS, and OBS is going to be handling it as OBS sees fit. So I would say that there's probably abilities to use limiters and stuff like that through OBS as plugins. But right now, I am not a gamer per se when it comes to any kind of like any OBS stuff. I'm not going to be able to run you through OBS and exactly how well this works through OBS. Yeah, the S's are going to be a problem. You got to remember, I also have all of the things on. Compression, the exciter. I think I could probably turn the big bottom. Oh no, the oral exciter's off. The noise gate. Having a de-esser on this would be amazing, would it not? Like having a de-esser on all of this would be fantastic. I think Rode, that's the first thing I'll point out to Rode, de-esser. For somebody like me who's very SC. I want to hear the meow. Oh, yeah, okay, so now you're going to make me go set this up, eh? All right, man, you're going to make me set this up. I'm going to go back in. Let's go audio input capture. Okay, and we're going to set it up as... Oh, no, wait, cancel. And we're going to set this up as audio output capture. See how much I suck at this? Chat, system output, headphones, virtual output, music output, browser output, speakers, AI, game output. God damn it, I don't know how to do that. Let me see if it just comes through. Surprise! Did that come through anything? Did you guys hear that? Probably not. I don't know if this sounds which one this is going through. Yeah, it's hard to tell, man. Let me see here. Actually, I should let you guys see what I'm doing in Unify. So this sounds here. Drag a sound or pad to click or edit, whatever. I don't think any of that sound's coming through. Sorry. I don't know how to set it up. Oh, surprise did work. Okay. Whoosh. All right. Okay, so you can hear. All right, so this one's for Sean. Sean. That was a meow. Weird. Okay. Can hear the sounds fine. Awesome, Dale. Thank you. This is, once again, a statement of my ability with OBS rather than my statement of my ability with Unify. This is going to put that out there. Midnight Wolf, cheers, brother. Thank you very much for the super chat. I really do appreciate that. That actually makes my day. That makes a Thursday afternoon stream a lot easier to do. Okay, so how about this? Let's go into the game. And you guys aren't getting any game sounds. So that's the first thing we're going to have to do. Audio output capture. Okay. And this one is called game. Okay. And then we're going to click on this. There we go. Again. It was really loud. I'm waiting for all the, hey, it was really loud. Compare and contrast to Rode Connect. That's a good question. By the way, I need to know what you guys think of the levels here. There we go. It wasn't loud. It was showing through OBS as being super loud. Okay, so we've got some Civ 6 Gathering Storm. Can you guys hear the game audio? Loudness controls bangs. I think you're right. Loudness controls would do a lot. Yes, I did Earthly Descent. This is the XDM 100. I'm going to be focusing on this for my Monday video, my Monday review video. I did have another video scheduled that I ended up canceling because of this. I think this is the one that a lot of people are going to want to see. This is the one that a lot of people are going to want to talk about. And so I figure I'll hold off on this for Monday. It sounds amazing. From the little bit that I've played with it, it sounds fantastic. Audio fine, awesome. No, I'm going to show you a little trick here, guys. We're going to go back over to Unify, and the game audio is going to go away. But one of the things you can do under Unify is you can actually you can mix the audio you need depending on where you're going. Chat will go to Discord for whatever recording. If you're recording this, that you can record content inside of Unify. And you're monitoring if you have some monitors set up so you can turn stuff down if you've got speakers and stuff. For me, I find the game audio right now is killing me. It's real loud. So I'm going to turn that down here about halfway. And then we're going to go back to the game. Yeah, I know. Less fun when Dylan's not here. I get that. So we're going to be playing Civ 6. We're going to be playing DEITY. The hardest difficulty, just so you guys can watch me struggle. We'll go Highlands. Why not? And we're going to go my favorite, by the way. Where'd he go? Hammurabi. My absolute favorite. Of course, maybe throw on some the Secret Societies mode just to mess it up. Of course, on DEITY, as I said... Oh, hey, you guys don't see the game here. 1 second. Sorry. Game capture. There you go. So we've got it on DEITY. Small map size. We're not going to be able to finish this game. This game is like 7 hours long. We're going to go for a legendary start position, and we're also going to make resources abundant. That way we can kind of have a little bit more of an active start to the gameplay. Yeah, I switched her. Can anyone actually hear the game? I think you can when I moved over to my scene here. Once again, my OBS sucks. Civ 6 is actually it's one of my favorite games to play, I gotta say. Very, very cool time waster. Like, I can spend hours playing this game and never have a problem. And literally I'll get lost. Just one more turn, the whole just one more turn meme. Actually, yeah, it's bad. I'll look at the clock and it's like 3 a.m. Dan, what did you have for breakfast? Everyone needs to know. Oh, Dan had eggs. Me too. Sounds good on my end. Can't be worse than me accidentally forgetting to turn stuff down and blasting out the bar during sound check, right? What do we got? I found you, Red Cabin. Hey, how's it going, buddy? Yes, you hear music. Limit turn timer. I'm not playing. I'm not playing against anyone here. So this is just a single player game. I'm not messing around with other people. Don't worry about that. Sean, I'm not much of a gamer. I'm not either. Go for score victory? No, not doing score, man. You do Hammurabi. You go to destroy everybody. You do a rush for airplanes. Like, you rush airplanes, and then you bomb the crap out of everybody. I had airplanes at turn 150, I think it was, at one point. Because of his unique abilities, which you can see here. Eurekas provide all the science for a technology. So if you can hit as many Eurekas as possible, your science will just be ridiculous. On the other hand, you get 50% less science per turn, which kind of sucks. And then there's a couple other things that, the Sabum Kibitum, I believe, it's a Babylonian unique ancient era melee unit. The combat strength kind of sucks, but he's decent against heavy and light cavalry. But he also has 3 movement points and movement and sight, which means it's basically a scout with the ability to fight. It's actually kind of nice. And a Palgam is housing +2 production, freshwater tiles receive +1 food. So this is a replacement of the watermill. So, amount of turns. Yeah, I guess I could have done that. I woke up late and haven't had breakfast yet, though I thought it'd delay gratification and have chicken. That's random. Okay, so starting point. By the way, any questions you guys have, hit me up. I'm more than happy to chat through this. This isn't about the game. This is more just something to stare at and have fun with while we're discussing Road X. Anything you guys want to know? I am not an exact. I'm not I'm not perfect with this yet. I'm not much of a game streamer either, if you have been able to tell. So I mean, give me a little bit of time. Yeah, he's very good. Who's good? Anyways, I'm definitely not Potato McWhiskey. That's for sure. You'll notice too, playing with Hammurabi, all of his science, you'll see like 20 turns to get animal husbandry. Let's look around. So we're going to have some mining in our very near future. And these 3 intro things are, you can't get any kind of a boost for them. So you basically have to start with these as Hammurabi. But as soon as you start unlocking techs, it becomes pretty quickly, you're at the top of the tech tree and you win most games as Hammurabi. I love playing as him. Rarely does he get smacked down by other players. Rodex, is this app to control audio? Yes. Basically, this app, and I'm going to move over to it, Unify. This app is to basically give you a software mixer. It's a very, very simplified Rodecaster Pro, if you will, and the ability to actually set mixes for different things, as well as to set up audio through different mixer places. So my game is coming through my game slider here. I got system, I got virtual. That was supposed to be music, but that blew everybody's ears out. Plus there's music in Civ 6. Who needs that? And then of course there's sounds. My favorite's the sad trombone. So yeah, it's to control audio, but it's also to route audio. It's basically a gamer's haven. This is like the best thing about this is for gamers. And it's kind of the answer that Rode got when Rode released the Rodecaster Pro 2. A lot of gamers were like, hey man, we need more. We need to be able to do more with this. And Rode was like, it's coming, it's coming. And so I think this is almost kind of like a beta release of what's coming for the Rodecaster Pro 2, kind of this style. It's really cool to see, and if they can get it in software form, basically they're turning it into software form for the Rodecaster Pro 2 as well. So, is there a happy trombone? No happy trombone, sorry. Back to the game. All right. Other than that, not a lot of gamers on this channel. I've noticed that because I once talked about actually doing a game stream every week just to kind of hang out and chat. And a lot of people were like, nope, not going to watch it. Never into it. No, want nothing to do with it. How many here are like in it for the game? How many here actually care about the game more so than the Road X? I would love to know. Hit me up down below. Ultimate YouTuber. Down there in descriptions. Let's get back to cat sounds. Oh, Sean. This is half the fun, buddy. We're hanging. We're playing a video game together. You know? This is a Thursday afternoon. Who's working too? Anyone at their job slacking off? We're like pre Stone Age, man. We are pre Stone Age, Sean. Not a gamer. Yeah, Dale. I get it. Does it reject background noise well? I would have to say a couple of things that I have on this is I do actually have the noise gate on this microphone right now while I'm playing, which has allowed me to keep a lot of the audio out from the fan in my laptop. I'm using a laptop to game right now, guys. It's a good laptop. We just met Sweden. She always attacks me, by the way. Sweden always tries to kick my ass in this game. It's super annoying. But yeah, so my laptop's screaming. You can actually, one second. You can hear that, right? That's my laptop. So yeah, it does actually reject decently with some of the software stuff. I'm slacking off from having one right now. Dan, that does count, buddy. Driving, responding at red light. Midnight Wolf. Dude, that's amazing. And also, please be careful. I need all of the viewers I can get. I can't lose one of y'all to a traffic accident. Please. I prefer Twitch for game streams. Yeah, you know what, Morrow? I prefer YouTube. And I know it's a personal thing. It's just I never got into Twitch. But I also, why I prefer it is because what it does for creators. Twitch is really literally sticking the screw to creators right now. And YouTube is actually building up their creators, and their creators are making more and more money. Some of my favorite game streamers are on YouTube. I don't even watch your Twitch streams. So I think for what it does for creators and support of those creators, I like that a little bit more. Not actually watching stream, though. Okay, Midnight Wolf. I appreciate that. Sean, I'm not a gamer, but it would be fun to set up a turntable to such a device and do a classic jazz DJ stream. That would be actually kind of cool. I guess you would need some sort of just an interface, and then you can run the interface channel through. Yeah, that would probably be pretty cool. Twitch completely confuses me, but I think there are great possibilities with Discord. Yeah, Discord's awesome. I love Discord. I am super not capable with my Discord channel. There is so much more I can do set up. And I know I've had a lot of people reach out to me, be like, hey, man, you want me to set up your Discord? And I'm like, I give it a bit. I got to get to know people a little bit before I start handing stuff over. Poseidon, how's it going, brother? To be fair, I was slacking off pretending to work before your stream came on. All right, so as long as we're not interfering or anything, right? That's the important part. All right, so we got our Sabum Kibitum. Now, this guy's basically, like I said, a scout. He's got the same visuals as a scout, and he's got the same movement. So that's why you only ever build 2 of those to start a game with this dude. Because I met somebody, I got writing, so I can build a campus. This is the power of running with Hammurabi. Dan, Garbage Time is the only Twitch stream I ever watched. So when he went to Float Plane, so did I. Float Plane, wow. So Garbage Time went straight to Float Plane. He doesn't stream on Twitch anymore. That's amazing. Float Plane is awesome. The boys at LTT really did a great job with that. Float Plane's one of those things that I think everybody needs to try to attain that level. If you can join Float Plane, you've done well. Gutenberg. Yes. You're talking about Sweden? I think so. Anyways. All right. Also, the music in this game is awesome, is it not? Do people not like the Civ 6 experience, the relaxing, the turn-based? I love the turn-based. This is great. This is why. I can just turn away from the game. The game is this way, okay? I can turn away from it and chat with you guys. And I'm not going to get ganked. And that was the thing. I was going to play Scum. If y'all know what Scum is. But Scum, you have a very real possibility of dying. If you look away from the screen for a few seconds. All right. All right. So we got Bologna. We are the first ones to meet them. Printing press, foundation of literacy and advancing society through printed writing that can be shared and spread. Oh, okay. I turned it off because I listened to different music. Yeah. I was going to do that. Like, I do have music, but I ended up blowing people's eardrums out with it. So, because I suck at OBS, okay? I really suck at OBS. That's what we need to learn from this. Aiden Wolf and Dark Corner Studios do not have an OBS channel. That is for sure. But yeah, actually a really cool experience with this microphone. I could see this actually being a lot of people's setup. Now, I will have to say this. I said this at the beginning. Unify is a free app as long as you buy one of the Rode X products. So if you own a Rode X product, it's free. You can just use it. If you don't own a Rode X product, you have to subscribe to use it. And it's a subscription service. I'm not going to get in on whether or not I agree with that. However, I will say this, like Rode recouping some of their R&D for this, you got to give it to them. They've got to, like, making money on this kind of stuff. This stuff doesn't come cheap. having developers developing software like this is really cool. And if you want to see more software like that, well, the cash has got to come in. And whether they make cash on the microphones themselves, which by the way aren't cheap, or they make it on a subscription service on Unify, money's money, and it pays off the development costs, which means they can go on to develop other things. Don, would Unity work for things like LinkedIn Audio, Club Deck, or Clubhouse? Yes, it would, because it's the way the routing works. And here, I'll actually switch back over to Unify. The way the routing works is you set up, so I can actually get rid of this version. So we're going to get rid of that. And you can see this little plus here. And when you add the new channel, it'll ask you what you want. And you can actually plug in an audio device here. So if you have I don't know if a Rodecaster Pro 2 would work, but a device like an interface or something, I believe you can have it running through here. So you can have extra audio coming through an audio device, a virtual, a browser, a music, a chat, okay? And once you set these up, it's really simple. So if you wanted chat audio, you would set that up so you have a chat. Then you go into Discord or you go into whatever program and you just point it to the output and the input being chat. And it'll say Unify Chat. And as soon as you do that, all the audio will come through here. So it's basically just a very simplistic routing program. And it's really cool. It's really powerful, which kind of blows my mind at the amount that you can do with this. And it's free with a microphone. It's free with the USB microphone. Rode Connect did something similar, but not really this. A Rode Connect allowed you to connect multiple USB mics to one computer for a podcast. This allows you to amalgamate all the sounds in different channels, so you can send and receive different audio. So for example, if you wanted to game with your buddies, but you still want to stream on YouTube like the boss, Aiden Wolf, the ultimate streamer of all time, gamer, right? They don't want to hear your game audio. They just want to hear you. So you can actually set it up so that's all that goes through this channel. And it's just as easy as that. So you can have all your game audio going to the people watching you stream. You can have all of the mic audio going to the people you stream, and so on and so forth. So there's a lot of cool things you can do with this, and a lot of people smarter at routing than I am. I'm a voiceover guy. That's where my stuff comes from. USB mic. That's from Rem. Hey, Rem. I haven't seen you. Yeah, both mics, actually. This one is the Rode X. Oh, God, I got to look down. XCM50 is the little guy. This is a condenser. And the XDM100, this is the chonker, the one that makes you blush. This one is the 249, I believe. Look at it wiggle. I'm going to be doing a review on this. It's a dynamic microphone. I'm going to be doing the review on this on Monday, so that's going to be my Monday video. I just wanted to kind of introduce to Rode X and Unify and all that stuff on the stream here. And yeah, this is going to be up Monday. Hopefully, I have the time to put that video together. How much will the X mics cost? $149 US for this, I believe. You know what? I can just go check my Discord. I can actually check. Don't switch. So we're going to check Discord here. It was yesterday they actually posted. Okay, so yeah, $149 for the Rode XM50. That's the one I'm talking into. And $249 for the Rode XDM100 USB. And once you buy that, the beauty of buying that is once you buy that, you also get the Unify software as well for free. So once you register this microphone with Unify, you just get it for free. You don't have to pay for it. So it all comes together. Real World is intriguing. We'll have to come watch the rest later. Dale, cheers, brother. I mean, I've pretty much shown the Real World with my inability to actually mix stuff through OBS, which I'm an idiot when it comes to that. Sean, it confuses me when I'm only using my mouse and you're using your mouse on the screen that you're sharing. Yes, sorry, man. Are you hungry like the wolf? No, you had eggs. Yes, I actually had 2 eggs toast. That's my usual lunch, by the way. I think the broadcast is $250. It is. The broadcast mic's $250. It's wonderful. Can I include an SC Dynacaster SM7B as a comparison? I will. I don't normally. USB mics, the problem with comparing a USB microphone to an XLR microphone is, one, the XLR microphone's going through an interface, and I introduce it cold. Like, I don't have any effects on it. And this XCM50, if you'll notice here, I've got effects on it. So technically, if I wanted to, I'd have to go through, take all these things off, and this is the sound of the microphone bare without any effects, right? So do I really want to compare this to an SM7B? Or did it just not? There we go. Oh, yeah, turn off advanced. Oral exciter, noise gate, compressor. There we go. Turn the oral exciter off. I don't like that. And it's an unfair fight when you do that. It's an unfair fight when you take a processed gaming mic and compare it to an SM7B that's incredibly dull and flat without actually putting on some sort of a... Anyways, it's not a fair fight, and these things are going to sound better because they're fully processed going into this system. So... yeah, I will have the comparisons because people are going to want to know, but I tell you, like, the USB versus XLR is night and day. Like, absolutely night and day. So it'll be 299 euros for the XDM 100 and 189 for the XCM 50. That's probably about right. Rem recently bought the SE Dynacaster for $200 after watching my video. Loving it. Thanks, man. Awesome. I'm glad you like it. That microphone is a beast. I love that mic. Maro says, in Germany, oral exciter. Right? Oral. It's like saying Carl. Carl. That's kind of what that is, Sean. Yeah, don't get your, get you in a twist there, bud. Maro, a comparison with the old Podcaster Mark II could be interesting. I don't own the Podcaster Mark II. I don't own any of the Podcaster mics. And I do have to say, I might actually go buy one, which sucks because they're super expensive. And like, this isn't the podcast mic. You got to remember, this has internal DSP. So a DSP is a little computer chip that goes inside this that allows the microphone to handle all the processing outside your computer. That's why there's no, like, my computer's not getting its ass kicked by the processing of this. So when I go into here and I put all this processing on, my computer's not handling any of this in real time. That's what gives you latency. That's what gives you a bad product coming out, because a lot of computers, like a laptop, which I'm streaming on, by the way, has a hard time. The RAM fills up like that. This thing's doing it. All of that stuff is happening inside the mic, and that's what makes this stand out in comparison to other mics. And I also do have to say, the Podcaster is a podcasting mic. This is a gamer mic. It's clearly a gamer mic because they painted it black. How could that not be a gamer mic? Right? How much is the sub? What, sub to me? It's free, man. It's free. Dead Don Coven. The sub what? Do you mean the Unify, the actual, the subscription to Unify? I don't know. I'll find out though. I'll try to actually set it up on another account, and I'll see if I can find out how much it is per month. I'm guessing it's a few bucks. I'm not guessing it's going to be that much. As month of Movember is coming, I wish you better mental health, buddy. Godspeed to you and men around the world. Thank you, Xenios. Mental health is on the upswing. Once again, lots of great support in my family and my circle, so things are going really good. So these USB microphones will have similar performance or even better against, say, a V7. But that's Xenios. This is the interesting paradigm when it comes to microphones and gaming mics, and this is why USB microphones are so unique, and why they're still around even with XLR being better quality microphones. Is this Rode X with the DSP, with the onboard digital signal processing. You can do more with this than you can do with a single SEV7 plugged into a Focusrite 2i2. right? I got the Focusrite 2i2 here. I plug in an SEV7. You're getting the raw sound of the SEV7 going through this, right? With this microphone, I have the raw sound of the microphone, which I showed you a little bit earlier, what it sounds like. It's not super exciting. This is the raw sound of the mic. This is what you can expect from most microphones. But then you start turning stuff on, right? And you start getting that fuller sound. This is with the RL exciter. And this is the quality of audio. In order for you to get a noise gate, a compressor, an oral exciter, and all that stuff on your SEV7, you either require VST plugins, which a lot of people will get for OBS, and you need to know how to set them up, which is another big deal, or you have to go outbound effects, outbound compression, outbound. So that's stuff that's in your signal chain. So yeah, you're going to get better quality content from a lot of USB microphones for stuff like gaming. Would I use this for voiceover? No, I would not. It's a ridiculous concept. You should get a really nice capsule, really nice microphone to be a professional voiceover. If you want to game and you want to sound really nice and you want to make your voice pop over all the other sounds that are happening at the same time, yes, this is perfect for that. $5 a month, Juan. Thank you. Juan, Unity sub. Yeah, it's Unify. You guys are messing with me. I think you guys are messing with me now. It's Unify. Sean, I love my laptop. My laptop's awesome too. I got it just for prepping for a morning show I no longer have. But it still comes in handy to do live streams. Now I want to sub with chocolate milk. That's how I go too, brother. $5 a month for Unify, guys. It depends on how you look at it. Unify basically gives you all of the things you'd be doing with like a Go XLR or Rodecaster Pro 2. It's just software based. And you got to admit, the amount of effort they put into this software is pretty damn impressive. And it's kind of cool to see how much work they put into this and how effortless this is and how well this works. And once again, I still say this is going to be a bit of a beta, I think, for how the Rodecaster Pro 2 is going to be working. I can kind of see that. So this is kind of the software Rodecaster Pro 2. You can compare these to the PreSonus mics, the Revelator mics with the built-in DSP. I don't have my Revelator mic anymore, and I probably won't be buying it. I think this is probably going to crush the Revelator, because I will say this. Rode has a much nicer software for their stuff. I mean, they have... That was pretty obnoxious there, wasn't it? It's just Fireball. There you go. This is really, really well done. They've really integrated this well. And, the ability to easily walk through this. The PreSonus Revelator I found wasn't as simple. It wasn't as easy to just kind of jump in and start making these changes and to add things and do all that. And I mean, just the fact that I can add more channels here if I wanted, right? Like I can just keep adding channels. I feel like the usability on this is a lot better than the PreSonus. Poseidon. Sorry if I missed this. Would you be able to run an interface like the 2i2 into the Unify software? I believe you can. I haven't tested this, but I'm going to test it before. Actually, you know what? I'm going to plug in my Scarlett. Let's see. Come on, you bastard. There you go. There we go. Scarlett's plugged in. So, select device. Hey, look at that. Focusrite, USB audio. Doing this live on the radio, or not radio. I'm not on the radio. Live on a stream on YouTube. You can plug in the 1-2 Focusrite. And you can also do the channels. Mono, channel. Oh, wow. I just heard it pop into my earphones. Wow, that was weird. That was really weird. Holy crap. And then you can actually mono or stereo them. So I guess technically you could use this as like to do music. If you wanted to. Like you could do a live stream with music. Cool. And girls, we're learning as we go. You really want to meow in your mix. All right, here, buddy. Sean loves his cats. Yeah, Zinnios brings up a good point. Zinnios box, I think it's only with Windows so far. Mac people have to wait in Gilligan Island. Yes. You can thank Mac for going M1 on this. And I also got to say, I'm also happy to see them developing content for Windows first rather than Mac. They have been remiss. Everything they've built, Rode, has been on the Mac OS. Like Rodecaster Pro 2 was developed with a Mac in mind. So Windows drivers have always taken a back seat on Rode products, which is fine. I get that. A lot of people go Mac. However, the patchwork, the piecework that is the that is the Windows excitement of installing things like a Rodecaster Pro 2 is always frustrating as all hell. That corn on you bastard was very Scottish. Yeah, I slip into stuff now and again. I try not to. I was really hoping for Rode to release a cut-down version of the Rodecaster for streaming, an actual hardware interface with the functionality that Unify has, but allow us to connect XLR mics. One, that would be awesome. I can't say anything because I actually have signed an NDA, not with Rode. I can't say anything about Rode. I know nothing about Rode. There is there's stuff coming from other companies that is intending to do just that. That's all I can really say. I did sign an NDA on stuff that I've seen, but keep your eye on the sky. And actually on this channel too, I will be doing a review of some product that I can't say exists. Yeah, because it's really cool, and there are things planning. There are companies planning on filling that need. Companies that are trying to fill the need for people that don't have that kind of money to just drop on an interface, right? Because the Rodecaster Pro 2 is prohibitively expensive for a lot of people, gamers especially. And I think that's why they're doing this with the Rode X, right? This is making gaming with Rode a very feasible option for a lot of people who can't afford the full setup. But once again, keep your eye on the sky. You never know when it's going to happen. By the way, this is not sponsored by Rode. I can talk about whomever I like. Yeah, so keep your eye on it. It's going to be coming. I can't tell you when either, because I actually don't know. Jen, so you can play guitar on stream. Cool. Yeah, that is actually really cool. The fact that technically, if you plug in an interface, you can have a podcast and use this as your podcast software. And then you have all of the, right? Like, that's kind of cool. Again, my favorite. Like, you can, a whole podcast with just that sound effect, right? The records guys too. Oh, yeah. There you go. The air horn's a little, it's funny. I have the Revelator IO24 and I would happily switch if that hardware came out. Once again, buddy, keep an eye for it. There's some interesting things. Rode has cracked open Pandora's box when it comes to a lot of gear and a lot of research. Because once research and development is done, a lot of these companies kind of just they grab the product, crack it open, and see what they can do. Right? Like once the original R&D is done, it's a lot easier for other companies to follow suit. That's why right after Rodecaster Pro 2, you had the Zoom P8, you had the Mixcast 4, because they're all like, oh, that's all we have to do. So they don't steal. They make their own designs, but the original product, that how they did that with the research. Now I got to give Rode props. Rode is the one actually leading the pack on everything that comes to at home recording. Right? Like a non quote unquote pro studio, like you saw, if you saw the picture of Dylan's studio, he doesn't need a Rodecaster Pro 2. He's got it all. He does it all. He has the whole setup. But Rode has been leading the way of taking all that and boiling it down into a Rodecaster Pro, which is incredibly impressive. And they're leading the charge. The absolute monster amount of money they spend on research and development, I don't even want to know. But once something like that does come out, remember, just keep an eye out because you're going to see copycat. I don't want to say copycat because it's not really how it is, but you're going to see other companies trying to fill that void as well at different price points if they don't get greedy. And I've got to say, like, I think Zoom got a little greedy with the P8, with the pricing on the P8, and they try to pad it up with like, oh, we're going to give you a DAW, a free DAW if you buy the P8. And it's like, well, I just use my own free DAW. I don't need the padding. I don't need the bloatware. So cheaper things are coming one. I promise, brother. Hey, did UA release Spark for Windows yet? Seems like that should be here by now too. I have no idea because UA cut off all conversation with me. All of it. I had an in with UA and I pissed him off because I borrowed a Volt, and I didn't mention during that video that I'd gotten the Volt from Long and McQuaid. And the guy called me up and he was super mad. He's like, "Wow, we can't work with you anymore. You didn't mention the store you got it from." Nobody told me I had to. Anyways, so I don't talk to UA. If anybody out there is from UA and you're watching this, hit me up. I would love to work with you. I would love to play with your products. Let me play with your toys. Yeah, so I don't know. I'm not in a phase of buying right now because I'm no longer doing my day job. So I'm relying on the roads of this world to send me products to review and to have fun with. I'll buy the odd thing, but it's only something. The only things I will buy are stuff that I can utilize in my studio. So, all right, what do we got? I can't say exists makes such good stuff, right? I'm not saying that it's going to be good, by the way. I haven't been hands-on with the product that I can't say exists. However, their ideas intrigue me. I think that's the best way to put it. Their ideas really intrigue me. So yeah, I think it's something worth, wait till you see some reviews, but there is stuff coming. Xenios, would you agree? A lot of companies have replicated SM7B, but none have come close in dynamic mics. In condenser, maybe the Neat King B. If others, R&D people need to work more. I'll agree with you 100% on the SM7B, but there's a good reason for that. The SM7B capsule has been around since the beginning of dynamic microphones. That capsule has been retweaked and repurposed for every microphone Shure has put out with the Unidyne name on it. So if you look back, if you Google search Unidyne capsule, it goes back. I believe the Unidyne 3 in the SM7B is a tweaked version. And when I say tweaked, I mean the EQ profile on the microphone, or the if you look at the dynamic range of the mic, not the dynamic, the frequency response graph, you'll see a few extra flutters in the upper end, but you'll also see a relatively flat. The tweaking is what they do is with that frequency response. It's the same as the SM58. It has the same capsule. The SM58 and the SM7B are the same capsule with slight tweaks done to the capsule to give it a different frequency response. So it's hard to fight if you're a company like Rode. Rode is a good example. If you're a company like Rode, you have to get it out of your mind that you're trying to release another SM7B. And one of the reasons I love Rode is they've never tried to take on the SM7B. Some would argue that they tried to take on the Electro Voice RE3 or RE20. That's a good argument to have right there. But they never went after Shure, because Shure has been developing their capsule, that one capsule, for years. You're never going to beat that. You're never going to beat 50 years of R&D or 70 years of R&D on a capsule, especially if you're like Tascam and you're like TM70. We're going to throw that out. The capsule's just garbage that they bought off AliExpress. I mean, it's just trash. I could go on for that forever. Can the sound effects be customized? Morrow. Sound effects. Here's the interesting thing. So if you go into this, I don't know where they are. There's the ability to use different voice changing things that you can use on this. I can't remember how to do it. It's in here. It's the same thing as the SM7B has, where you can change your voice and you can mess with your you can mess with the people on your stream. I have no idea how to do that. I haven't gotten into this. I just have these sound pads. I thought much like, anyways, yes, you can. I don't know how much they can be customized. Try the roads less traveled, right? Yeah, so yes, the SM7B is never going to be duplicated. However, if you're not trying to duplicate the SM7B, you can still come up with a good mic. There's a lot of companies proving that. You don't need, and there's a lot of companies failing like miserably at trying to replicate what Shure has done with their microphones. So, Mauro, you're welcome, brother. Do you mean the SMV7? The MV7. Yeah, the Shure MV7. The Shure MV7 does not have the Unidyne 3 capsule. Sure, I don't mind the Shure MV7. I thought the XLR version of it was The USB sounded nice, but they also had the accompanying software, which, by the way, I will be comparing the MV7 up against the Rode X and the Unify, because that is a direct comparison. And I think these two microphones directly go head to head with the Shure MV7. Looks like you had options as you were hovering over a sound effect. Yeah, I don't see when I click on these. You got IO, you've got Unity, but when you click on them, nothing happens. I don't know if there's a way to go in and right click. You guys can't see this. But you can change everything. One shot loop, trash talk, default tone. Okay, yeah, so you can change everything. You guys can't see it there because it's just let me see if I can do. No, it's only showing you the window. So if I go in here and I right click, you can't see that, I don't think. All right. Sorry. That'll all be in the video. I'll cover a lot of that stuff in the video and how to do that stuff. I don't even know what's on this. I'll just channel assignments. Okay. All right. What USB would you recommend for someone live streaming? USB mics. I actually put out a video about a month and a half ago that I'm not reviewing USB mics anymore. I'm done. I'm sick of it. And the reason I did that video was because every company was just literally taking the same ADDA converters, the same preamps, slapping a capsule onto it, throwing their own design on it, and putting it out. There was nothing new happening in the USB microphone. The MV7 was really the last one that got me excited for the ability to do this kind of stuff. And so I just stopped. I'm like, no, I'm not reviewing unless something comes along that actually has a usable reason, like something to look forward to. And I got to say, like, as far as I'm concerned, this is probably the best USB mic on the market. I haven't reviewed this one yet, the XDM100. I haven't reviewed this yet. But the fact that they've got, you've got DSP, digital signal processing in this microphone that you can utilize with Unify. I dare anyone to try to battle that and to try to tell me they've got a better deal for a $149 microphone. $149, and not only do you get this microphone that sounds like this, but you also get Unify. I dare any company to challenge this because no one has. Everyone's just released like the AKG Aura, or gaming mics, which this sets it to a whole new level. And they're not trying to put like, lights on the microphone to make it stand out. They released a microphone that does what it says it's supposed to do, and it's got companion software that does what it's supposed to do. This setup, you can stream. You can just this microphone, you're good to go. You need a camera and other stuff and a computer, but the microphone, right? So, okay, I don't like them either. I have all XLR mics, but my brother-in-law is on a radio show and asked me. Yeah, radio shows, get an XLR mic. I'm sorry, if you're doing broadcasting, you're gonna find a lot of limit. Now, the nice thing about something like this, and I'm not pumping Rhode's tires whatsoever, because this isn't, once again, sponsored by Rode, but this setup is a radio show setup. Like, I could run my radio show that I did from my basement with this Unify. Like, I could literally route everything so I could do my radio show through this $149 microphone, including the sound pads. Here you go, Sean. You know, you got sound pads as well, which is great for a radio show. So outside of this, though, XLR is the way to go. Hopefully we can record our own effects instead of me out. Yes, you can. You can actually go in and you can add them to yourself. If you see I go to number 2, you'll notice all these you got a little add button. So you click on it and it'll ask you to add whatever you want to add. So yes, you can. Sean loves me out. That's for Sean again. There you go. I would love for you to review the Lawton LS208. I would love to review that as well, Jeremy. I haven't reached out to Lawton in quite some time. The last time I think I had like 1,200 subscribers. So I gotta do more outreach for mics and for gear. I'm trying to. I've contacted Avid about their new interface, stuff like that. So I'll start putting aside a couple hours a week to start doing that. Godex have a GL100X microphone for $100 condenser. Zinnios, I would pay the extra $49 for this. I'm not saying anything about Godox. I've never used the microphone. It might be fantastic. On a hunch, though, I would say that you're probably better off with something like this. Godox makes a lot of products. Now, in the audio sphere, you tend to never buy products from companies that don't make that product specifically. For example, Avid makes Pro Tools. Pro Tools is Avid. They also make what's the video? They do a video editing software as well. And they've never really had success on releasing interfaces, even though they make Pro Tools. You'd think interface, not a far stretch, right? They've never really had a lot of success with that. And that goes for a lot of the audio industry. A lot of the audio industry, you'll notice that companies that, like Universal Audio is a good one. Universal Audio started making microphones once, like decent microphones, once they picked up a company that made microphones. Rode is one of the few exceptions that seems to knock it out of the park with most of their products. I won't say all, because there have been a few Rode products that I don't use and I don't own. Or if I own, I try to get rid of them as soon as I can. That said, most of their products are fantastic. Rode is one of the few outliers. And if you're going to buy from a company that does audio products. I have an RCP2. Do you know when this comes to the RCP2? No, I don't, Noah. I wish I did, because this would be perfect. Like, I think this is the routing people were hoping for the Rodecaster Pro 2. And I think the reason that, like, I think this was always their goal, because Rode X was something that they've gone quiet on Rodecaster Pro 2. I haven't checked in the last couple days, but there are no updates for the Rodecaster Pro 2 since the big update, like a week and a half after they launched. No, it was closer. It was like a month after they launched, where they had the routing. This is what the routing should be on the Rodecaster Pro 2. And I think they know that. So give it time. I think this is going to be an ecosystem. Rode is turning themselves into like the Apple of audio, where everything's ecosystem based and it's kind of closed off to the rest of the world. Like, even with this, like, yeah, you can buy it, you can subscribe to it, but who's going to do that? Buy the $149 mic and you get all this for free. Why would you subscribe? At $5 a month? No, that's dumb. So yeah, I'd say Rodecaster Pro 2 will be coming. It'll be coming. Avid editing to be much more difficult to use in Premiere or Final Cut. Yeah, I know. Avid's based on the original kind of audio or video editing, so the analog video editing. and I don't get it. I've never media composer. Yeah, avid media composer. I've looked at it. I've went nuh-uh and walked away. So, RCP2 God tier. Yeah, Rodecaster Pro 2 is pretty amazing. No, the RCP2 has the same effects engine and preamps plus the pads for the sound effects. Yeah, like this is literally like this whole setup. This Unify is basically a Rodecaster Pro 2 in software form. That's basically what it is. And the microphone is the microphone that has the DSP, much like the Rodecaster Pro 2 has. So, Godox 1 is XLR. Yeah, I stand by my statement. Xenios, I stand by it. Was Godox the co that created the record-cutting turntable that Teenage Engineering rebranded recently? That is a good question, Dan. I don't know. Godox does everything. They did lights for a while that apparently weren't very good. Blah blah blah. Rodex was what we were promised. Yes, Rodex is what you were promised. And I think Rodex is a product of them needing to get a product that was kind of promised with the Rodecaster Pro 2. You got to remember, Rodecaster Pro 2 was marketed at gamers. It was marketed at the streamers. And when it came out and it couldn't do all the streaming things that streamers wanted it to do, it was like, oh, okay. So yeah, I think this is all becoming part of the ecosystem that's all kind of going to work together. How are the headphones? Killer Mike. These are my headphones. I got these a while back, and they have become my favorite headphones of all time. I've got all the headphones. I've got tons of headphones on the shelf that I can just go pull off. I did a morning show, which was like 5 hours of sitting in front of my computer with headphones on. And I have sweaty ear syndrome. See? And these things don't make my ears sweat. It's the fabric on them. It's fantastic. The sound quality is good. You're not mixing any albums with this. Like, you're not going to be doing some hardcore surgical editing with these headphones. However, as day-to-day drivers, they're the best I've had. And I used to use the Shure SRH 840s. These things knock them out of the, like, just absolutely amazing. I love these headphones. Wrote the mostly salty review to Rode. Yeah, a lot of people wrote that salty review to Rode. I know. How does Unify measure up to the Wave software? I don't know what the Wave software is. Never used it, Killer Mike. I don't know. Sean, I used to cut video on a Sony 450 edit controller. Oh, God. Yeah, a lot of people wrote salty reviews to Rode over the use of their streaming software or the Rodecaster Pro. Even I did, and I still have an issue. I think I've rectified the issue, but it's been difficult, man. Like, the setup of it with Windows machines was kind of a beta test release for a lot of people, me included, and Rode was learning while we learned because Rode set the whole thing up on a Mac interface, right? So you plug it into a Mac and it works. It just works. There's no issue because it was set up on a Mac. But when you get outside that ecosystem of Mac and you try to plug things in with Windows drivers and all that stuff, well, shit just goes wrong, doesn't it? Because I'm a streamer and I still don't have routing. The Rodecaster Pro 2 does actually have routing. It's not the greatest routing system, Noah. However, I mean, it's not the worst either. That said, this Unify, this is what I think everybody was kind of waiting for. Sound Author, Rode might need to rebrand this software. I know the guy who owns the Class 9 trademark for Unify. Oh, dear. I gotta say, even Rodex, so Rodex, I've seen several different companies with that name. I think Rode's gonna be pressed to keep a few of their brands up and running. Sean, my cheap Apex cans broke recently, and I bought new cans, but didn't put much thought into which I should buy. Just took what they had on the shelf. Oh, that's painful, man. Like, the weight, the clamping pressure, all that stuff, in like, these are the first pair of headphones that meet every criterion I need for long-term use, for like long sitting in front of a computer use. These are the first ones, the Rode NTH 100s. Unleashed. I use the Shure SM7B Electro Voice RE3, RE20, Shure SM57, and Lewitt MTP 550 DMs for podcasting, but getting bored. It's a hell of a podcast setup, man. Yeah, and boredom, I know, the boredom sets in. The boredom with audio gear. You need something exciting like this. Killer Mic, Elgato Wave software, which is streaming audio solution that comes with their Wave XLR or Wave microphone. Yeah, I'm going to say it. I got the Wave. And if you're new to this channel, I did a review of the Wave, and I thought it was trash. I hate the sound of it. And actually, that's what I'll do. I'll use that in the video as well on Monday. This is a more well-rounded sound on your voice, like by a mile. That Wave DX just sounds like everything post 250 is rolled off and everything else above it is just ramped up. So submixes, I want this. Yeah, this is nice. Doesn't Rogue Amoeba's audio hijack and loopback do this, but with a lot more ability to include VSTs, EQ, what you do what unify? I don't know Rogue Amoeba's audio hijack and loopback. I have no idea. I would love to see on the Rodecaster Pro 2, especially with Rodecaster Pro 2 and on this, the ability to use VSTs. I would say that. However, this is, once again, what I told you. Rode is trying to be the next Apple, but the Apple of audio gear. And they're doing a great job of it. And Apple would never allow that. So I don't think Rode's ever going to either. Sounds like Sound Author's friend might. Not sure what that means. Rode X is something they released like 8 years ago. Really? It definitely didn't look like this. I have a payday coming. Nice. Sounds like Sound Author's friend might have a payday coming. Yeah. That's where we're going with that. Yeah, probably. I'm pretty sure Rode has the capital to make sure that Unify becomes their brand. Camera mic. A Rode camera mic? Yeah, I could see Rode getting a Rode camera mic. A Rode camera with the mic. Yeah, anyways. I don't know where I'm going. I'm tired today. Sean, I bought Shure cans. They feel nice, but I couldn't tell you the model type or the impedance. I'm dumb about headphones. Yeah, I'm not super knowledgeable about cans either. However, I do know the Shure, price-wise, the Shure SRH 440s are $99. The 840s are $150. We're talking Canadian prices. Sean's a fellow Canuck. And the SRH 840s I thought were like the bare minimum. The 440s are okay, but they feel cheap. They're pretty light. I have a Rode camera mic for my DSLR. I like it. I actually have the Rode Video Mic Go, and it's absolute trash. Absolute trash. Oh, the Rode X was the name of an old circular camera mic. Interesting. That's where we go. VSTs are software audio plugins. Yeah, I know, Dan, but VSTs, like much like you can with OBS, like with OBS, you can use VSTs, which I think that's where Rode will, like if you're streaming, your VSTs are probably going on OBS rather than on this. So, yeah. And also, why use them? The whole point of the DSP on the microphone is that all of that is done on your microphone, and you don't need it to bog down your computer. Like I said, I'm still streaming. By the way, this game has been sitting here the whole time. I'm still streaming a game. And my laptop's doing just fine. Like no issues whatsoever because all of this stuff is being done through DSP. Look at that. Anyways, we've been on for over an hour now. Let's turn this off here. Let's go to Unify. There we go. On for over an hour. What do you guys think? This a winner? I mean, it's pretty straightforward and pretty awesome. It's hard to argue with it. Like I'm hard pressed to find a better setup than this. Especially from a software perspective. Civ 6 is sick. I love Civ 6. I'm actually going to go play Civ 6 after this, by the way. I should have said at Noah for the VST reference. There you go. Yeah, so How much is it on Steam? It's actually not bad on Steam, Noah. When I bought it, I think I bought it for like $35 when it was on sale. I don't know how much it is right now though. Unleashed, I have the Rode NTG5 and the NTG4 Plus, and they're great. Yeah, I use the NTG3 as well as the the Sennheiser MKH416 for my now audio capture outside of this. Tim Park, Audio Hijack doesn't allow you to do zero latency monitor mixing. You need the DSP chip for that. Yeah, and that's the thing. DSP chip really does change a lot on the Rode X. And that's the stroke of brilliance that makes me want to review this microphone. That's why I want to do a review on Monday. I'm actually really excited to review this mic on Monday because it's not just a USB mic anymore. It's a USB mic that actually has teeth that can do things. And that's actually the coolest part about seeing audio gear move forward. Like interfaces, my God, like the idea of having a DSP chip at all. I bought my AudioFuse Studio 3.5 years ago. It cost me, I think it was $1,400. There's no DSP on it. There's none of that. That was an Apollo thing, right, at the time. In order to get those kinds of things, in order to get the DSP on stuff, you used to have to pay through the nose. Now it's on a freaking USB mic that costs $149. That's stupid, but that's also awesome. Like that's the kind of stuff that's why I love doing reviews on stuff, because I love to see that stuff happen. I love to see DSP on the Lewitt Connect 6. That's a $299 interface. That's awesome. Once again, I own the AudioFuse Studio that I think goes for $888 right now, and it doesn't have DSP on it, which isn't the end all and be all, but it used to be a very high end product for interfaces. And the fact that you've got it on a $149 USB mic just blows my mind now. I have Ukrainian Steam for me. It costs around $10. Oh, that's evil. That's evil. Unleashed, I think it sounds decent. I'd like to hear it in a mix with other people. Yeah, no, and that's the thing, right? Like that's if everyone has a Rode X, your audio will sound fantastic. Yeah, I think you need to set up a mix minus to really understand how well the software can work with different external sources. Yeah, agreed. I don't think you're doing much of a mix minus with this thing. Does the Rodecaster Pro 2 have DSP? What is DSP? I'm confused. Okay, Noah, DSP is digital signal processing. So when you want to put on, like on here, so we're going to go in here, and we'll see this. This is all the processing that is on the Rodecaster Pro 2 as well as on this microphone. So this is what the microphone's doing. You've got big bottom, and when I turn that off, you can actually hear how it impacts my voice. It gives a boost to the chestiness. The Oral Exciter, which I don't actually really like too much, that's the S sounds. Yeah, it really, really amplifies that. Then you have compression. That's basically, this is all your signal. This is what you're doing to your signal. You're compressing it, got a noise gate, all that stuff. Well, when you do that, to audio without a DSP chip in a microphone or in an interface, it causes your computer to do the computations for you. So it makes your computer do the compression, the big bottom live. And that adds latency to your content. That adds possibly just seizing up your computer and watching it light on fire. But when you put a DSP chip on an interface or something like that, all of that, the work that it takes to do inline compression, to do live compression, that's all done on that chip. So your computer can just hum along and do what it does without zero latency added on. So that's why you see, oh, very dark, you can't see anything. Oh, because you can't see this one window. Sorry, I was showing you some, didn't realize that window didn't come up. My bad. So all of those, all of that compression and all that stuff that's handled, AFEX, as they call it, for Rode, all of that stuff is handled on the microphone itself. So you don't end up taxing your computer too much and adding a bunch of latency to your audio. Yeah, the RCP runs on its own. It records on its own. Call me crazy, but if I can route a Rodecaster Pro and a Zoom L8 into this, yeah, you could. I mean, when you think about it, you have an out on your Rodecaster Pro 2, a USB out. USB 2. So you just add, as I did with the Rodecaster device, and you pick the audio device, and you just pick your Rodecaster Pro 2 USB 2 would be in here. So yeah, you could technically your regular USB or your USB 1 would be here, USB chat, all that stuff. So you could have a device like a Rodecaster Pro 2. Some of the DSP was on the Rode NT Mini Rode Connect software. Yes, it was. And a lot of people pointing out that we basically have a refresh here. This is the Rode, I always forget, XDM 100, which is basically the podcaster with a really cool nose and a much nicer paint job. I'm not going to lie. And this is the XCM 50, which is basically the NT Mini. That's exactly what this is, with the paint job, and obviously I think they've upgraded it. I'm not going to be able to put them side by side because I don't own one anymore, because I don't need one. But I'm pretty sure it's mostly just a refresh of those things. And of course, the Unify product is kind of a refresh of that as well, the Rode Connect. So, but I think Rode Connect is more for podcasting, and this is obviously more for gaming. And the XDM 100. Come on, Noah. Yeah, it does look sick. It's a gorgeous microphone. Not gonna lie. Procaster sounds better. I'm pretty sure they haven't done much to the body. I'm pretty sure they recycled it and gave it a paint job, man. I'm almost positive. I'm so tempted to blackmail Rode to I get access to the software for free and run my RCP2 in it, but I'm worried about adding latency. Yeah, there probably would be some of that. I don't know if I would blackmail a company like Rode, though. Just saying. Anyways, I think that's going to be it for me here. This has been fun, though. Thanks for everybody for coming out here. Let me see here. Holy crap. We've had some decent views here. Cool. It's been fun having you guys out here. A lot of new faces, by the way. If you're new to the channel, stick around. Lots of fun stuff planned, including this thing for Monday. At least stick around till Monday. It's going to be fun. Ken, dude, dunce cap, man, where you been, Ken? Holy crap. Aiden, that was very engaging. Thank you for doing this. Cheers, Sean. I appreciate it. Yeah, you know what? I think I should have just skipped the game, playing the game altogether, and just went with this. Just sit here and shoot the shit. It's hard to talk when the game, man. The game is so good. Yeah, all right, brother. You can have two. There you go. That's all for Sean. I appreciate you guys. Thanks for coming and hanging out. First time on the stream, but have been watching your videos religiously for about 6 months. Thanks, Noah. I appreciate that, brother. Yeah, you should come on the stream Friday nights. It's good fun. It's good times. And it also includes Dylan, who's a good guy. I love Dylan. Dylan's awesome. What's up, buddy? Ken. No, we're just hanging. Can't be on YouTube all day. Midnight Wolf was literally watching while he drove, Ken. I'm just saying. I'm not saying there's a standard being set, but Ken, I'm only kidding, brother. You're always welcome. We love you. Ever since the NTH 100 reviews. Awesome. Well, thanks for coming along, man. Thank you for doing this. Unleash Jeremy Hansen. You have yourself a great day. Love you all. And of course, we'll see you for the Friday stream tomorrow at 5 p.m. Eastern. And we'll also see you Monday. Have yourself a great weekend.